had the opportunity to go when I was working in Tanzania to go up Kilimanjaro. And I'd been playing a lot of rugby at the time, doing a lot of fitness. I was probably as fit as I could be. I was, 25, 26 years old. In my prime. I remember going up Kilimanjaro, and we weren't on the easiest route. It wasn't obviously the hardest route, but it wasn't the easiest route. And I just found it just very normal. I was like, what's the whole vibe of people training for so long to go on this hike? It was just a normal, it was like a walk, You get to a point where you can literally see the little sign where everyone takes their photographs. The little Kilimanjaro, this altitude, what everyone takes their photo and they look so happy and they've achieved this whole big thing. And I could see it. It was about 200 meters away, I would guess. Now to walk 200 meters, that would take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know what. Very normal. It's a very easy walk, right? And fairly flat. Not a lot more altitude to go. You're not going up anymore. This is clearly a walk. And I remember the guide saying, "Yeah, no, we'll be there in a couple of hours." You're just an idiot, dude. And I remember starting to walk, and other people had altitude sickness as we'd gone up, and it hadn't affected me. A few minutes later, I started getting sick from the altitude. I'll never forget how I couldn't take a deep enough breath. I'd walked about 10 meters, and I realized there was nothing in me that wanted to get there and take the photograph. I was like, I'm done. Anyway, they managed to encourage me to go, and I remember getting to the actual destination. This is the culmination of, for some people, this is on their bucket list, a dream come true, to actually get there and be sitting there and take the photo. And I remember the feeling I had was just one of, I just absolutely don't care. I just wanted to get out of there. And we took the photo, whatever, I don't even know where the photo is, I don't have the photo, I just wanted to get down off of that mountain. And so this thing that is this pinnacle, this summit, this great achievement, this wonder of the world was completely and utterly undermined by the feeling of the climate's impact on me. It had literally sucked the life out of me. I had not enough oxygen going to my muscles, so they wouldn't work properly. The change in pressure meant my body was expanding, and so it was expelling. I was literally vomiting. I was becoming very unlike the, in my prime, 25-year-old that had got to a certain point on the mountain. And suddenly, to just reach that extra 200 meters, because of the climate, it was unbearable.
So had your muscles changed at all?
That's such a great question. I would say absolutely not.
You didn't come down the mountain all atrophied,
no,
unable to play your rugby and be in your prime?
It was as if the climate was radically undermining every part of who I actually was. And it made it impossible for me to just achieve the smallest of little goals, a 200-meter kind of increment, And I think there's something profound in that as a metaphor for what happens with top talent in its prime when the climate is such that we're sucking the life out of them as leaders or as organizations.